Okay, I've started entering some of the standards for Urbandale Community School District into Canvas. We call them standards, but in Canvas they're actually called outcomes, so that's what I'm going to start calling them. I only have just a few in for some people that I'd like to have kind of experiment around with this. So if you're in your course, you need to import your outcomes into your course so that you can use them to attach to different assignments. So the way you do that is you go into your course and you go to outcomes over on the left side, and you need to find your particular outcome. So if you click on find and then account standards, and then you want to be on this one, Urbandale Community School District, UCSD. I'm going to pretend I'm 7th grade science, so UMS, 7th grade, and then 7th grade science. And once I'm on that folder, you can keep going down and look at all your outcomes down in these things. In fact, I'll do that real quick. I'll look at engineering. And then these are outcomes. These little targets are your actual outcomes. But what you want to do is you want to be on this folder here because you want to import all of these outcomes. So you click import on 7th grade science. Import group 7th science to group computer science principles. Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, so the import was successful, and now I have 7th grade science outcomes in my course. Okay, so what I can do then is if you go to your gradebook, go to grades, I'll show you where these things are going to come in. I've turned on what's called the Learning Mastery Gradebook for everyone in the district. People probably won't even notice it or be using it. I also turned on the Student Learning Mastery Gradebook so students can kind of see this end of it too. But this is your normal gradebook, what it looks like. But if you click on this down over here and you click Learning Mastery, then you're going to see a different kind of gradebook. Now there's nothing been attached with any fields or anything, but you'll see that there's these outcomes that are in here. We have, what's this? Potential and kinetic energy, force fields, forces, thermal energy and temperature, and so on. So these are all of your outcomes that are in here. And here's the, the grading scale that's happening on these things. So when we attach rubrics to different assignments, and you can grade it based on this scale, you'll see the score for that particular assignment. But if you do another assignment and you use the same outcome, and you grade that one, then that'll have another score. And so eventually you'll be able to see all the scores that you have for that particular outcome, and you can make a decision when you're going to put that into PowerSchool. Now eventually I want to kind of experiment around with this week. I think I can probably write some LTIs that might make this whole process a lot easier for us. But I just need to get some data in here and see how it works. The way I originally imported all of the outcomes in here, there's different calculation methods for like every single outcome. So if you like assess an outcome like 5 times for a student, then what do you do to figure out what their overall grade for that outcome is? Do you average it? Do you take the last 2 scores and average those? Do you take the last score? Do you take the highest score? There's all these debates with it, and the way we do it in Urbandale, as I've been told, is the teacher makes a decision. So eventually, I think I can write some programs or something to help you, with that, whatever that decision is, and then you can make it go, like right to PowerSchool from Canvas or something. So you won't have to do any double entry kind of thing. Right now, the way I have it on there is called a decaying average. So it's a 65-35 decaying average. So what this means, it shows you the example here. Most recent result will count as 65% of the mastery weight. So whatever they got on at very last is 65%. And then the average of all other results will count as 35% of the weight of the overall score. And you clearly don't have to use that. You get to make your own decision. I think the best way to probably do this is eventually you'll make an assignment that says, like final decision or something. And you'll tie the outcome to it, and then you'll just go ahead and give them the grade that you want, and then that's the one that we'll send into PowerSchool or something like that. So, but that's all going to be, we're going to have to experiment with some of those things later. Okay, if I go back to the course, so that's where the grade book is for that particular thing. So if I can come into some assignments, you have any kind of an assignment, and you can click on the assignment that you've made. On any assignment you have here, you have a place for a rubric. So I can click plus rubric, and I can give this rubric a title. And I could call it like one of my outcomes or something. I'm not even going to do that right now. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on find an outcome, and I'm going to click in 7th grade science. I'm going to go into engineering, that's interesting, and I'm going to go into a testing solutions. And so here is the testing solutions outcome rubric, and I'm going to import that one. And so that imported it in here. Now it always comes with this one that's automatically in here, but I don't want that one in here anymore. So I'm going to click the trash can, and so now this is all I have. Okay, so this assignment is, it's going to, when you grade, if you grade it using this, it's going to be out of 4 points. So you can come down here and you can say, don't post the outcome results to Learning Mastery Gradebook. If you don't want this to go into Learning Mastery Gradebook, you can click that button. You can also click use this rubric for assignment grading. So if you want all of your assignments, everything you do, to be graded on this 4-point scale, then you would attach this rubric to it and you would click use this rubric for assignment grading. And maybe I'm going to call this, testing solutions rubric. So next time I'm going to use the same thing. I can click over here on the find a rubric, and I can be able to find my testing solutions rubric, and I could just reuse it again. Okay. All right. If you have more than one outcomes on an assignment, let's say you have an assignment, but there's testing solutions, and then there's, I don't know what the other engineering thing was, but you could put you could put more than one in here, and then you could when the assignment comes up and you're grading it in SpeedGrader, you can be able to click on any one of these points that you want. So I'm going to click Create Rubric on this. Change assignment points to match the rubric. So leaving the assignment's total points at 10 and the rubric's total points at 4 will result in a maximum possible score of 40% for student submissions graded with the rubric. So I'm going to, generally you probably want to change it. You don't want to leave it different. So they're both going to be worth 4 points now. Okay, so here is this assignment, and someone could do the assignment and submit it, or maybe it's just something they're doing in class, and you want to grade them on what they've done. You can have all your papers or something, and but you can still have an assignment in here with this. And so you can come in here and you can click on the SpeedGrader. And you'll have different students here, and you can put in what they're going to get out of a 4, but you can, and here's your students up here, and you can kind of go, you can scroll through them and stuff. If there's something they submitted, it'd be in here, but there's no submission for this assignment. So you can view the rubric here. I could open that. So I could bring this over here like this, and I could just view the rubric, and what I can do is I can just go, 3.5 points. I can just click on that, right, and click Save. Okay, and then I can go to the next person, View Rubric, and I can give 2, Save, and go to the next person, and View Rubric. And you can also put comments down here, by the way. But you'll notice also that when you click on the thing, it's there's different colors for different things. 3 is actually mastery, so 3 and 3.5 are green. 4 is an exceeding, it's going to be a cyan color. 1 and 1.5 are beginning, that's red. These are approaching, those are yellows. Okay, so I can go like this and click Save, and let's click on the assignment, come back to this. Let's go to my grades now. Go to my grades, and you'll see I'm in the Learning Mastery thing here. Let's see, which one did I? There it is. There's Testing Solutions, And you'll see that this is a 3.5 out of 3, a 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3. It's out of 3 because 3 is mastery. That's all that means. And so it's green that they've mastered, and you can quickly look at your table and see who has mastered and who has not. 33%, 33%, 30%. So there is also an individual view here, but I'll let you play around a little bit more with that. So there's a lot here, I think, to be learned about stuff. I don't really know exactly how everything is going to work. I've been doing a lot of reading about it and stuff, but it looks pretty promising for us to be able to do some things. And I'm just interested to get some data in here because I am pretty sure I can write some LTI tools that would allow us to make this standards-based grading process, and you deciding, which is the overall grade you're going to get, and putting in that PowerSchool to make that probably a little bit easier. But that it's definitely going to take this year to do experimentation and stuff. I can't have that ready to go by the beginning of this year. So maybe the beginning of next year, and we'll be able to kind of try some things out. So if you feel like playing around with that a little bit this year, that would be great. And I'll get back to you on when we get some data in and how this whole Learning Mastery Gradebook thing kind of works.